Have you ever wondered about the hidden narratives that lie just beneath the surface? The side characters who influence destinies and shape the grand tapestry of stories?
Ladies and gentlemen, gather round and lend me your ears, for I, Mercutio, shall regale you with a tale of love, tragedy, and a silent impact that shaped the fate of Verona's star-crossed lovers, Romeo and Juliet. But let me remind you, dear listeners, that this tale, while centered on those two young souls, is also a story of my own, and the profound impact that Romeo had on my life, a silent influence that rippled through the fabric of our destiny. You see, I was a merry fellow, a wit beyond compare, the very life of every party in Verona. In the grand tapestry of our city's feuds and follies, I played the role of the jester, the provocateur, and the friend. Yet little did I know that my fate would intertwine so deeply with that of my dear friend Romeo. Romeo, with his fair looks and a heart as tender as a rose, had an ethereal aura about him. He was a dreamer, a lover of love, and a man tormented by the invisible chains of his family's feud with the Montagues. It was Romeo's love for Rosalind that first brought me into the orbit of his existence. Oh, how he lamented his unrequited affection for that fair maiden, and I, being the loyal friend that I was, did my best to lift his spirits. But then, fate played its wicked hand, and Romeo's path crossed with Juliet's. The moment their eyes met at that ill-fated Capulet feast, the world seemed to stand still, and love bloomed like a forbidden flower. I saw Romeo change, a transformation as swift and powerful as a bolt of lightning. It was as if he had been reborn, and the spark of life ignited within him, erasing the shadows that had clung to him for so long. Ah, Juliet, sweet Juliet! The mere mention of her name sent Romeo into raptures of passion. He whispered her name in his sleep, and his days became filled with longing and desire. And as much as I reveled in his new-found happiness, I could not help but sense the growing chasm between us. His heart now belonged to Juliet, and I, the loyal and ever-entertaining Mercutio, was left on the periphery of his world. But it was not just Romeo's love for Juliet that began to shape the course of our lives. It was the fierce enmity between our houses, the Capulets and the Montagues, that cast its dark shadow over us all. Romeo's impulsive decision to marry Juliet in secret, a choice driven by the depths of his love, led to a chain of events that would seal our fate. And I, being the loyal friend, stood by his side, even when he was banished from Verona for avenging the death of my dear friend Tybalt. Romeo's banishment was the turning point, the catalyst that set in motion the tragic downfall of our beloved Juliet. His absence left her isolated, desperate, and vulnerable, and when she learned of his supposed death, her heart could not bear the weight of such sorrow. It was then that I realized the true extent of Romeo's silent impact on my life and the lives of everyone around us. His love for Juliet had set in motion a series of events that would culminate in tragedy. And in the end, my dear friend Romeo paid the ultimate price for his love, taking his own life beside Juliet in the Capulet tomb. Their deaths, though filled with a tragic beauty, were the consequence of a love so intense and all-consuming that it defied the barriers of our feuding families. As I stand here before you, retelling this tale of love and woe, I cannot help but mourn the silent impact of Romeo on my life. He was the catalyst for my own downfall, for my involvement in the feud that tore our city apart. But he was also the embodiment of a love so pure and profound that it transcended the boundaries of life and death. So let us remember Romeo and Juliet not only as star-crossed lovers, but as agents of change, as forces that forever altered the course of our lives in Verona. And let us not forget the silent impact of my dear friend Romeo, whose love and passion left an indelible mark on all who crossed his path, including a jester like me, Mercutio.
Don't miss a single whisper of the Untold. Hit that subscribe button and join us on this remarkable journey. Follow Novel Novelist, Unheard Echoes for more. Remember, every story has two sides. This time, you'll hear ours.